Ananda captured in a sequential process where he used 4 phrases. You start with self-awareness that leads to self-regulation, that leads to healthy lifestyle, that leads to salutogenic wellness. This was the sequence he pointed out. The key to it is self-awareness. If you have self-awareness, nobody needs to tell you what to eat. You will automatically eat what is right for you. If you have self-awareness, everything else will follow. So that is the key. Self-awareness leads to the self-regulation, the healthy lifestyle, and salutogenic wellness. We call that as following your swadharma. When you're in sync with your swadharma, then in which case, everything takes care of itself. But the key question is, how do you know your swadharma? And so in order to do your swadharma, you need to have self-awareness. Without that, that's not possible. Stomaji used the word that you should be mindful in everything you do. What he is really saying is be anchored within your self-awareness. Now, spend at least 15 minutes each day in thoughtlessness so that you can connect with your inner domain. I'm going to put this in a slightly different way for you to understand. In Ayurveda, we say that our communication within ourself works with 5 kinds of communications. And all of you have heard of it. Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, and Samana. Now, in the way in which many textbooks are written, they're all expressed in different ways, but I will give you a different way of looking at it. I call upon the Udana Vayu as the communication that connects into the musculoskeletal system. I call the Samana Vayu as the gene expression. I call the Vyana Vayu as the communication into the fluid flow of the body. The Udana Vayu is our cosmic connectivity. And the Prana Vayu is what powers all of them. So think of it this way. I paid a lot of importance to Udana Vayu, the role of sleep. What happens when you have sleep? A neurologist will tell you, if the average person does not sleep for 9 continuous days, the immune system will get so badly corrupted, the person will fall dead. What happens in sleep? What happens is when you take your COVID shots and you need to booster shot and you need a day or 2 of rest. What is happening in that rest? When you're completely quiet within, we say your cosmic connectivity opens up, and cosmos is the source of your building of your antibodies and the new memories in your immune system. And so that is why sleep is highly correlated with the strength of the immune system. And sleep meditation leads to that cosmic connectivity. That is where is the role of the Udana Vayu. So unless we learn to keep our cosmic connectivity intact, you cannot know what your swadharma is. You cannot have self-awareness. I asked this young lady, a 39-year-old physician, what is common between insulin resistance and allergic asthma? Anybody care to take a shot at it? The key element is when people have allergic asthma, the allergic response that comes whereby the airways, the mast cells eject out all the histamine, then the airways get inflamed. And as a result, they become narrow, it becomes difficult to breathe. Now it's an allergic reaction, we say, that our immune system was unable to cope with whatever was coming in, so it reacted in this way and it created asthma. And guess what? When you have insulin resistance, what happens to you? Your red blood cells that hold the sugar, they become inflamed so that the receptors that are sitting on them are unable to recognize the insulin molecules that have come in over there. So what happens? Your sugar remains high even though insulin is there in your blood. So effectively, it is almost like an allergic reaction. So think of it this way. If you look at anybody who has allergic or asthmatic symptoms, how do you overcome it? You overcome it by making sure you always have good vitality, you have good sleep, the body is stable, then you're less likely to react to the allergens. And more importantly, if you're a regular meditator, what happens is, over a period of time, you can get over your allergic reactions. I'm a standing example over here. At 13, I became asthmatic. Till the age of 45, I was getting asthmatic spasms, and then I don't have it anymore, even though I'm allergic to many things. But then what happens is, I don't react. So the key part is that self-awareness comes from that meditative connectivity. What happens is, we use mantras, are equal and opposite vibration that counteracts the impact within you. In fact, right now, we have been able to impact people with Parkinson's disease with mantras. And so I'm looking for more and more patients to reverse the Parkinson disease. So the thing is, basically, the power of mantra is all about self-awareness. That self-awareness kicks up the Udana prana, that in turn ends up slowly beginning to change things. So those of you, yes, who have Parkinson patients and who have few years, please feel free to reach out to me, and I would like to definitely work with all of them.